Mac from Niles, Michigan said, how should we look at Michigan's 2024 after they beat the eventual national champ while in the midst of a rebuilding year? In the midst of one, huh? Okay. They have the quarterback of the future coming in, and they're rolling in recruiting too. Yes, they are. So the drop-off was inevitable. Well, I'll tell you how I view 2024. Yeah, there was some drop-off from Michigan in 2024. There would have been had Harbaugh stuck around. There was no head coach in America, Sherrone Moore, Jim Harbaugh, Newt Rockne, whoever, that was going to avoid some drop-off. But all things considered, man, that's a prideful finish to the season for Michigan. Culture means something up there. Some of y'all laugh when they talk about what a Michigan man is, which is okay. It doesn't need to make sense to you. The tradition at Texas A&M don't make sense to anyone but A&M fans. That's all that matters. What a Michigan man means doesn't need to make sense to anyone else but Michigan folks. But it means something to them. And as long as it means something to them, then it's worthwhile. There's value to it. And they rounded into form late in the year. Like they were 5-5 going into November. Who in the world thought they were about to go beat Ohio State in Columbus? Who thought they were going to take care of Alabama with multiple injuries and opt-outs, by the way, in the bowl game? Finished 8-5, got a ton of energy on top of injury. And remember this, too. That little stretch there at the end of the year, right down here, Colin's showing you this schedule if you're listening on podcast. That week when they played Northwestern, they hang 50 on Northwestern. They then go on to beat Ohio State, and in that length of time, they also land Bryce Underwood in recruiting. They flipped him from LSU. So they're already feeling themselves. They didn't really need any more wins, but then they got them. And so you finish the season red hot. I put them, 16th in the JP poll to end the season. They finished the season red hot. They win the bowl game against Alabama. They've got Bryce Underwood committed. So they're rolling in every way imaginable. And Sherrone Moore is one of the key figures in college football over the next few years. Because I think there's still enough question in people's minds of what's Michigan going to be under him, which is fair. We don't really know. But if the end of the season's any indication, boy, you look at an 8-5 season, and by historical Michigan standards, not great. I don't know that there's ever been an 8-5 campaign that's provided more energy and hope for the future amongst Michigan fans than that, which is like, it just so perfectly encapsulates why I do not believe in the phrase meaningless games in college football. Michigan didn't have a national championship on the line this year. Do you feel like that Ohio State game was meaningless? Oh, Josh, that's a rivalry game. They're always meaningful. Okay, look at the Alabama game. Oh, it's a meaningless bowl game, according to some out there. You think that's meaningless to Michigan? Forget just for last year. Forget just that. That game means something as it relates to the future. I'm not even talking about carrying over momentum, which is fake. I am talking about a lot of the validation that those results delivered to Sherrone Moore and his staff that, yeah, maybe the way we're doing it's going to work. Now, still got to execute it. Okay, and there's still lessons to learn. There's only one way to do it. Sherrone Moore's a first-time head coach, so it's still a long ways to go, but the way I would view 2024, given that it was only an 8-win season, is I'm pretty high on them.